In this video, we'll go over the best iPhone settings for seniors. So I'm currently working for a program that helps seniors to use devices, and one of the devices that we recommend the most is the iPhone. So we'll go ahead and take a look at some of the settings that are best for iPhone users. Starting with some tips, if you are setting up a device for a senior, or if you are the senior that is using the device, consider limiting how many apps are on the screen at a time. For example, on this particular screen, you have apps at the very bottom. So you have the phone app, you have Safari, you have iMessage, and you have music. And then toward the top, you have one widget, and you also have one application, which is the ABC News app. So consider limiting how many apps the senior has to access on their screen at a time, and that will help with so many different issues, including visual issues, memory issues, and navigational issues. Also consider using folders. So that is a way to help seniors to group applications by theme. For example, this is just an example, by the way. This one's called medical, and all of the medical applications are in this one folder. So that will definitely help with navigating applications on the screen, especially as it relates to having to access different types of applications for different purposes. You have all your medical in one, you have all of your entertainment in another, you have all of your productivity apps in another. So it definitely helps if apps are grouped accordingly and not just spread out all over the device on different pages, because that can impact cognitive functioning as well as increase cognitive load. The next tip is to adjust settings. So if you go under settings on an iOS device and go to display and brightness, you can adjust between the light and dark modes. Typically, dark mode is easier on the eyes. And if you continue to look through the options, you can adjust the text size. So as it shows, any apps that support dynamic type will adjust to the preferred reading size as shown. It's also helpful to toggle on bold text. And you can also adjust the brightness. I also recommend increasing the auto lock time to 2 minutes or more. And then under display, when you tap on display zoom, you see there is a default and a larger text mode. Always choose larger text. Now back under settings and then accessibility, there are several categories including vision, physical, and motor. Also, you have hearing, you have speech, and you also have a general section. Take some time to explore the different settings and options you have under accessibility. For example, you can use assistive access, and this allows access to even larger applications, and the UI is simplified and easier to use. Under Siri, you can increase the pause time. You can choose longer or longest, and that way you are setting how long Siri waits for you to finish speaking. I typically check prefer spoken responses and always listen for Siri or Hey Siri. I also set up announce notifications for most of my clients, given that it allows them to listen to their email, their text messages, as well as other notifications, so they don't have to navigate and look through applications to try to find out where messages are coming from. And it also lets them know that they have messages or notifications waiting. I highly encourage use of Siri for different functions because, again, it helps to reduce the cognitive load and trying to look for different functions and trying to remember how to do this, that, or the other. All you have to do is ask Siri to perform a function. For example, I'm going to have it to read my text messages. Read my messages.
13 Minnie said, let me know when you're going to the store.
Another great feature is the health app. So as you see, you can set up a medical ID and you can share it with your loved ones. You also have emergency SOS. You have walking steadiness notifications. And you also have headphone notifications to indicate when headphone audio is too loud. The keyboard on the iPhone is somewhat small, so it's kind of tricky trying to find a way to enlarge it. But what I've found is if you turn the device horizontally, you have a little bit more space when it comes to the size of the keys on the keyboard. You can also invest in a Bluetooth physical keyboard if you are going to do a lot of typing. But otherwise, this is pretty much how the standard keyboard comes on an iPhone. So hopefully in future updates, they will improve that. You may be able to find a big keyboard on the iOS App Store, but it's kind of hard to find. But that's just yet another one of the features or the settings that you can adjust on an iPhone. Visual voicemail allows you to read the messages, so you can also play it, but as you can see, it provides a transcription, so this is definitely helpful as well. You also have access to the reminders app, which I really love because you can use it with Siri to set reminders of doctor's appointments or other obligations, either large or small. Here's an example of how it works. Remind me to take the trash out tonight at 7:45.
Okay, I added it.
I'm a really big fan of voice memos, so they are helpful for jotting down information, ideas, any other thoughts that you have. If writing long, amounts of information is difficult, so you can just use the voice memos app to record memos or notes for yourself. And what I like is that in iOS 18, you will also have access to a transcript. But for now, on iOS 17, at the time of this recording, we are only able to record voice memos, but you can also activate it with Siri by saying, "Hey Siri, record voice memos." I just wanted to remind myself that I submitted paperwork to my physician for blood work, and he said that I needed to have a follow-up appointment in 2 months. I just wanted to remind myself that I submitted paperwork to my physician for blood work, and he said that I needed to have a follow-up appointment in 2 months. If you set up accessibility shortcuts, you can access things such as the magnifier. So as you see, I have several items. I can tap on magnifier and it will open up the magnifier. So if I need to read small print, I have it at my disposal very quickly. Back under general and accessibility and then Siri, you have more options that you can toggle on and adjust. For example, here I like to add call hang up. So all you have to do is ask Siri to hang up a phone call when you're done speaking. For some clients, I turn on announce notifications, so it's a lot easier for them to access their notifications auditorily. So that's definitely a big help. I'm a huge fan of OCR. This is a free app by Microsoft called Seeing AI. The intention is that individuals with low vision or blindness can access the features to read mail, to read other text through OCR, as well as access their environment. But I think for senior users, this is definitely a plus. All you have to do is open the application, for example, and here this is a short text feature where it will just start reading whatever is shown through the camera's lenses.
Legal, safety, and regulatory, legal information. This guide provides important legal, safety, and regulatory information that
You can also use the document feature, which will scan using OCR, which is optical character recognition. And from there, you can read the information in enlarged print, or you can decide to have the information read to you.
study. Holds processing. Legal, safety, and regulatory, legal information. This guide
I encourage use of the Notes app. You can jot down different types of information. For example, you can type it, or you can use the dictation microphone icon here at the bottom of the keyboard. And that way you can dictate any information that you want, and you'll have access to the notes as you go about your day. Will need to take on my trip to Jamaica, my passport, my driver's license. Looking into entertainment options, you have a free podcast app on the iOS devices. So here I am looking through some different podcasts based on my interests, and they also make recommendations. So here they recommend a business and smart money podcast, as well as history. You can always save those, or you can look for other podcasts that you're aware of, or you can just put in search terms to find options for podcasts that interest you. You also have the option of using the YouTube app to find videos that you are interested in watching. So you can look up gardening videos, cooking videos, etc. If you enjoy reading, you can use the Books app, as well as other applications you can find on the App Store. But here they have ebooks as well as audiobooks available. Using Siri can be helpful for getting information. For example, if you want recipes or you want other information, such as what I'm going to ask here about the calories in coffee. Tell me how many calories are in a cup of coffee.
While plain coffee can provide a boost of energy, it contains almost no calories. This answer is from healthline.com.
And lastly, for this video, you can play brain-based games. So this one I downloaded from the App Store, but they have so many different options. But this is a great way to entertain yourself as well as sharpen your brain. Although this video was long, this is a short list of some of the settings that you can set up on your iPhone. Please take some time and explore additional options by going under settings, as well as doing some research on your own. You also have access to thousands upon thousands of applications that can be found in the App Store as well. So, thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any additional comments or questions, please leave them in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.